The following is completely made with AI. As you can see, this new AI video generator is absolutely insane. It nails physics, anatomy, high action scenes, camera movements. It has a great world understanding. It's not even close. This is by far the best model out there right now. It's called Seedance 2.0 by ByteDance, and in this video I'm going to go over all the cool things that you can do with it. Let's jump right in. Now at the time of this recording I have early access. When they release it, you'll basically be able to access this on CapCut's Dreamina platform, which should look something like this. Let me just quickly translate this to English for you, but basically you can click on video generation, and then here is where you would be able to select Seedance 2.0. Now, they actually give you a few different options. One is called all-round reference, and here's where you can upload images, videos, or audio of whatever you want to input, and then reference them in your prompt. And then we also have first frame, last frame. This is pretty self-explanatory. Here's where you would enter the first frame, and here's where you would enter the last frame of your video. But then they also have intelligent multi-frame, and then finally they also have this main reference feature, but currently these two features don't actually support Seedance 2.0, so we're gonna skip it for this video. Anyways, let's first start with this first and last frames feature. And then here I'm gonna enter two images. So I'm going to enter this image as the start frame and this image as the end frame. And then I'm going to write these are the opening and closing scenes of a fight scene in a casino. Based on these two scenes, generate a smooth sequence of a man in a white kung fu outfit fighting several men in black suits. Use different shots and perspectives to create a more cinematic feel. Intense fight, high action. And then note that here I can choose the aspect ratio, but if you enter first and last frames, then it automatically uses the aspect ratio based on your images. And then here I can set this up to 15 seconds. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's click generate and see what this gives us. How crazy is that? I am just already so mind blown by this first generation. It can generate an entire coherent fight scene just from my two reference images. The physics look accurate, it's very high action, it's coherent between all these different clips, the audio is perfect. This is really good. Like, this is the only video generator so far that can actually generate a good looking fight scene. By the way, if you notice for my initial input images, it's not really a close-up of this dude's face, but it just decided to make the main character look like this guy, which is pretty funny. I'm sure these movies are definitely part of their training data. But anyways, there you go. Here's already a super impressive fight scene from just a first and last frame. Now, this can do way more than that. So let me get rid of these first and last frames. And instead, what I'm going to do is show you this all-round reference feature. So here, you're not entering a frame, but you just need to enter reference images of any characters or objects or backgrounds, and it would generate a full video for you. So, for example, I'm going to input this photo of Naruto and this photo of Satoru Gojo, and then let's write these two characters, Naruto and Satoru Gojo, are fighting in a desolate cratered landscape. Anime style, an intense fight, high action, dynamic movement. Now, because I'm using this general reference feature, I can now select the aspect ratio that I want. Let's continue with 16:9, and yes, let's do 15 seconds, and then press generate. All right, and here's what I got. How crazy is that? It generated a complete legit anime fight scene between these two characters. And notice the character consistency is really good. It follows my reference images exactly. The actions, the VFX, the audio, everything just looks perfect. Like this looks like a fight scene straight from an anime show. My friends, the era of AI indie filmmaking is here. Now anyone can create a full movie or anime just by prompting an AI themselves. Here's another trickier example. I'm going to upload this photo of a character and this photo of a character. Notice that both of these have really complex outfits. This is intentional because I really want to test out its character consistency. And then I'm also going to upload this photo of a Chinese courtyard. And then let's write these two characters are having an intense fight in this ancient Chinese courtyard. High action, dynamic movement. Again, I'm going to select 16:9. This time, let's just select 10 seconds and then press run. And here's what I got from that. Alright, again, super impressive. It was able to get the looks of both characters plus the background correct. Now, there are some very minor flaws with the physics here, especially near the end where there's suddenly an extra sword. So it's not perfect, but again, comparing this to the other top video generators out there, it's not even close. None of the other ones could generate a legit fight scene like this. Now, we can even take this a step further. Instead of just uploading a background, if you're in 3D animation, then this is going to be a game changer for you. You can design a scene first in your 3D studio, so this gives you absolute control over how you want the characters to move and how you want the camera to move as well. Well, I can just input the scene into Seedance and then also input the same two characters as before. And then for the prompt, let's write something like a fight between, and then I can also type the @ symbol to select the characters. So let's select this one and then this one, and then I'm going to write they are fighting in a forest. Use the motion of the reference 3D video, and just to make sure it's actually following the movements exactly, I'm also going to write use the camera movement in the 3D video as well. And then this time, let's just set it to 13 seconds because my reference video here is around 13 seconds. And then let's press generate. All right, here's what I got from that. Oh my goodness, I'm just so mind blown by the abilities of Seedance 2. Like, this is absolutely crazy. And this time there are very minimal errors. There's no like extra swords, and that's because I've inputted this 3D video so it follows, the movements of the characters exactly. I mean, everything looks so damn good. And the character consistency is unreal. Like, it follows the design of my reference images exactly. I'm not sure what magic they used, how the hell they designed Seedance 2.0, but this model is just unreal. Or here's another fun example. I'm going to upload this scene from Severance. This has quite tricky camera movements with a ton of zooming and orbiting. And instead of this office scene with a man, let's generate a live action Spirited Away. So I'm going to upload a realistic version of Chihiro, plus I'm going to upload this background of some ancient palace. And for the prompt, I'm going to write Chihiro is running through this background, and the character and camera movement should follow the Severance video exactly. Now, because the Severance video is 15 seconds, I'm also going to set this to 15 seconds down here. Let's press generate. All right, and here's my result. Very nice. You can see it doesn't really follow the camera movements exactly, but it's pretty close. And again, the consistency is just unreal. It looks exactly like my reference character plus my reference background. Now, you can also upload a reference video to Seedance to transfer the exact expressions and emotions onto a new character. For example, let's say this is the original video and you upload this image. Here's the result. Notice that it's able to transfer the original video's expressions and emotions over perfectly. Or here's another example where we can use this input video to transfer the camera movements over onto this new image. And here's what we get. So if you want to copy, how another video was shot, now it's extremely easy to do so with Seedance. Let's bump up the difficulty even further. I'm going to just upload this manga page, and let's get it to make an anime video from this reference. Include all the scenes in the reference. Let's see if it can figure this out.
Nope.
Alright, that was pretty good. Now, it's not perfect, especially near the end there. It didn't follow the manga panels exactly, but it got most of the scene correct. I mean, with this tool, now anyone can easily convert a manga into an actual anime show. This is pretty crazy. Here's a generation from another user where they also inputted this manga page, and it was able to render a pretty decent clip of this page. Now again, it didn't follow the panels exactly. Like for example, it added an extra zoom up to a guy's face at the end there, which wasn't part of the manga, but it's pretty close. Now using the same logic as a manga page, you can also upload a storyboard, or basically a grid of different frames that you want to use, and prompt it to generate an MV from that. So for example, here the user inputted this and then prompted it to generate a Y2K pop style music video.
You think you're tough, you think you're strong, you're just a copycat singing my song.
Absolutely unreal. It's able to actually generate all these frames plus get her to sing some pop song. Now the song isn't particularly good, but you can also input a reference audio as I'll show you in a second. Or here's another example where this user just uploaded this storyboard, and here's what happens. OMG, this has got to be the biggest inflection point for AI video. Honestly, now anyone can just create their own movies with this model. You just need to be the director. You just need to prompt the AI to plan out a storyboard and then plug it through this to actually generate the video. Now, instead of inputting some references, let me also show you some just simple text-to-video examples. Notice that if I use this general purpose feature, then it doesn't actually allow me to use text-to-video. What I need to do is actually switch to this first frame, last frame mode, and then I can enter text-to-video. So let's test a 3D Pixar example, and this is going to be my classic princess running away from a dragon test. So the prompt is 3D Pixar animation, a princess wearing a glittery white dress running away from a massive dragon with glowing red eyes. Now that's just my standard prompt, but since this can actually generate a full coherent story with multiple shots, let's bump up the difficulty. I'm gonna write the dragon breathes fire, which ignites the ground and foliage behind her. Then she reaches a river and quickly jumps onto drifting debris to cross. The princess then looks back to see the dragon roaring in frustration as it can't cross the river. So it's kind of like Charmander, you know? It can't get wet. Anyways, here is what I got. Oh my god, guys, I'm just totally speechless. It followed my prompt exactly. These are quite complex instructions, but it understood everything. The princess is first running away from the dragon then does breathe fire to ignite the ground behind her, then she does reach a river and jumps on drifting debris to cross. And then the princess does look back to see the dragon roaring in frustration. It followed my prompt exactly. And again, this is like the best Pixar generation that I've seen from any video model so far. It's not even close. The actions, the audio, everything is just perfect and so coherent. Alright, here's a fun one. A commercial for bad breath spray. It smells like hard-boiled eggs and despair. Use it to maintain social distancing and personal space. The ad features a businessman spraying it on the bus so everyone immediately moves away. The perfect product for introverts. So again, this is just a simple text-to-video example. I'm going to set it to 15 seconds and then press generate. Alright, here's what I got.
Personal space. Guaranteed.
And it nailed it. This is like a perfect commercial from just one prompt with very little guidance. It's even able to automatically generate the product with the text. Now, the text could be improved a bit better, especially the subheading. There is some noise with some of the letters, but as you can see, the ad is actually designed very well. It followed pretty much everything that I specified. It's safe to say that this is even better than Sora 2. Alright, now that was just a fun fictional example, but here's a real example. If you have a product and a brand, you can just plug your logo or your product photo through Seedance and get it to generate a full coherent commercial in seconds. I mean, this is so easy. For example, I'm going to upload this photo of some imaginary earbuds, and then let's get it to create a commercial for noise-canceling earbuds called Peace. I'm going to reference the photo, which is going to be the product. Show real-life scenarios of people using it. Tapping it would trigger noise canceling, so it removes all noise from the environment. And then, by the way, just to show you that it can also generate different aspect ratios, this time I'm going to get it to generate a vertical 9:16 video. Let's press generate. And here's what I got.
Your peace of mind is just a tap away.
Okay, that's just crazy. It actually showcased a ton of really cool abilities in this one ad. So first of all, it can do like a time lapse of this city scene at the beginning like this. And then near the middle, after he puts on his headphones, it decided to like freeze the scene like this. Also a really cool ability that I haven't really seen much in other video models. I think most of them don't even understand these effects, but as you can see, Seedance is able to understand this very well. And the commercial is absolutely perfect. It shows him putting on his earbuds and then turning it on, which kind of distracts him from the city scene, and now he's immersed in this really comfortable, quiet room. I didn't need to plan out the scene myself. I didn't need to design anything. It just made this from one simple prompt. That's how powerful this is. Now, speaking of these fancy camera effects, here's another sample fight scene, and as you can see, Seedance decided to generate some sections of this in slow motion to make it even cooler. Notice that this video was not manually edited afterwards. Seedance knows how to generate these slow-mo and bullet time effects. Really cool. I've been covering a ton of video generators lately, including Kling 3, LTX2, and another groundbreaking model is about to drop any day now. Seedance 2.0 is coming, and based on what I've shown you in this video, it's really damn impressive. If you're feeling overwhelmed from better and better models coming week after week, then Higgsfield, the sponsor of this video, would be a great option. It brings together the best image and video generators all in one place. And one of my favorite things about Higgsfield is their preset templates library. You can just grab something right out of the box and start creating. They've got skin enhancers, clothing swap presets, relighting tools, plus a ton of cinematic camera movement presets that will make your generations look way more professional. Higgsfield just launched a 500k action contest, completely free to enter. Create an action scene with any AI model, such as Seedance, Kling, and more, and then add the Higgsfield watermark and post it with hashtag HiggsfieldAction, and you could win up to 150k. You get unlimited submissions, and the deadline is February 15th. Full details in the description below. If you're looking for one unified platform that has all the best generators so you can create without constantly switching between sites, Higgsfield is definitely worth trying out. Use the link in the description below to get started for free, and keep your eyes on Seedance 2.0. It's about to change the game, and Higgsfield will have it ready as soon as it drops. Alright, now let's see if it can do 2D Western cartoons. So I'm gonna upload this image of SpongeBob, this image of Mario, this image of Stewie from Family Guy, and then Cartman from South Park. And then let's write something like SpongeBob, and then I'm going to reference the image, says, "Hi everybody, are we going to have the best day ever?" And then Cartman, I'm going to reference this photo, "No SpongeBob, we're ready to have my day, so don't screw it up." And then Mario says, "Woohoo! As long as there is adventure, I am happy." And then Stewie, I'm going to reference this image, says this. And then to set the scene, let's write these characters are playing in a park. Let's set this to 15 seconds at 16:09, and then press generate. Alright, here's what we get.
Hi everybody. Are we ready to have the best day ever?
No, SpongeBob, we're ready to have my day, so don't screw it up.
Wahoo! As long as there is adventure, I am a happy.
Splendid. I've been summoned to babysit 3 intellectual crimes.
And there you go. It actually knows the voices of most of these characters, but it couldn't generate Mario's voice for some reason. I'm sure it knows the voice of Mario. I just couldn't get it to generate in this video, but as you can see, it could generate SpongeBob, Cartman, and Stewie. I didn't specify any details of their voices in the prompts, but it just knows it. This is such a powerful model with an extremely good world understanding. Alright, here's an even crazier demo. So again, I'm going to use this all-purpose feature, and this time I'm going to upload these designs from a mobile app. And then I'm going to get it to create a commercial for this fitness tracking app. Show these UI designs being used. Let's press generate. And here's what I got. And would you look at that? You can even get this to animate some UI designs or figures and charts and other visualizations. Note that it does contain some errors, especially with the smaller text, but I mean, this is already really impressive considering that none of the other video models can do this. Alright, next let's also test its ability to generate UGC style videos. So I'm going to upload this person from Twice and then also this product, and then let's just get it to make a UGC video of this person talking about this face lotion called Silky. Let's see what it generates.
这个它叫 Silky 的 cream， 然后我觉得还蛮不错的，所以我现在就用这个。
And it nailed it. I mean, this looks exactly like a UGC video of an influencer talking about a product. And notice that the product looks exactly like my reference photo, including the text. This has got to be like the best influencer style video generator I've come across so far. Everything is just super realistic. She's actually, applying the cream to her face, and it even detected that this person is Chinese, and it made her speak Chinese. Now, I'm sure I can prompt this further to make her speak English or another language instead of Chinese. Now, speaking of languages, let's test its ability to actually speak out different languages. So here's my prompt. It's just a simple text to video, and I'm going to use vertical format, 15 seconds. We first have a Chinese man saying this, then an Indian woman saying this, and then here we have Spanish, German, French, Arabic, Korean, Russian, and Polish. Let's see if it can get all the pronunciations correct.
欢迎来到未来
भविष्य में आपका स्वागत है. Bienvenido al futuro.
Willkommen der Zukunft.
Bienvenue dans le futur.
مرحبا بكم في مستقبل. 미래에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Добре пожаловать в будущее.
Witamy w przyszłości.
I can only understand a few of those languages. It sounds like it got Chinese, Spanish, and French correct, but I'm not sure about the other ones. So let me know in the comments below if it actually got the pronunciation correct. Or here's another fun experiment. Again, this is just a normal text-to-video example. UGC Day in the Life of an Effortlessly Stunning Gen Z Girl. Let's see what that gives us. And there you go. This is a pretty much flawless day in the life video. It's so good at understanding my prompt and generating these different types of videos. This time, let's try uploading audio. So this general purpose feature can take in any type of media, including audio, video, and images. So I'm going to upload this song. Alright, so that's the song. That was actually generated by A-Step 1.5, which is the best open source music generator you can use right now. If you want to learn more, check out this tutorial. So that's the song, and then I'm also going to upload this reference image of a singer with some dancers in the background. And for the prompt, let's write Spanish music video. The woman in the red dress is dancing while the people in the background are dancing to the beat. And since the song is 15 seconds, I'm going to set this to 15 seconds, and then press generate. Alright, here's what I got. It did skip some of the songs, so it's not actually following my reference audio exactly, but other than that, her lip sync is pretty good and the dancers in the background are dancing to the beat. I'm sure you can edit this and refine it further, but with this tool now, it's also really easy to create music videos. Alright, now next I'm going to test its ability to generate more coherent stories of a series of different actions with dialogue and different expressions and emotions. So I'm going to upload these two photos of a guy and a girl. I'm going to write the guy is this reference image, the girl is this reference image. And then it's going to be a dimly lit room, boarded up windows, moans and scratching outside from zombies. It's going to be a close-up of the couple huddled in a corner. The girl whispers, voice trembling, they're right outside. The guy grips his hand, subtle fear in eyes. We just have to stay quiet. Don't move. The zombie then breaks through a weak board and they scream. The guy yells, grabbing a chair to push it away, get back, get the hell back. The girl screams too, panic overtaking her, hitting a zombie with a lamp. Wide shot of the room in chaos, shadows of zombies press against the walls, the couple barricading with whatever they can find, breathing hard. We're not gonna make it, the girl sobbing, and then the guy fierce and protective, yes we will, just hold on together. So a pretty chaotic prompt with a ton of dialogue and different actions. Let's see if it can get everything plus get the character consistency correct. Alright, here's our result.
Right outside.
We just have to stay quiet. Don't move.
Get back! Get the hell back!
We're not gonna make it!
Yes, we will! Just hold on! Together!
Holy smokes, it got everything that I specified. This is crazy. So let's go over the prompt again so you can see how it aligns with everything. First of all, they are huddled in a corner and the girl does whisper with her voice trembling.
Right outside.
And then the guy does grip his hand. His face does kind of show fear. Then a zombie breaks through the weak board and then they scream. This is also correct.
Get back! Get the hell back!
And then he yells, get back, get the hell back. And then the girl screams too, panic overtaking her, and she also hits a zombie with a lamp. And then we have a wide shot of the room in chaos. I mean, this is really good. So as you can see, it can definitely do dialogue and even different emotions and expressions. Or here's another simple text to video example. It's going to be two people amid wreckage at night. Person A screams, fist digging into debris. Why did this happen? And then B steps back, subtle shock, we need to get out. A collapses, crying and screaming, I can't survive this. And then person B kneels, holding them, voice loud but comforting. Yes, we can, we'll survive. Together! So let's press generate and see what that gives us. Alright, here's our result.
Why did this happen?
We need to get out.
I can't survive this!
Yes, you can. We'll survive. Together.
I mean, this looks like a scene straight from a movie. Absolutely incredible. Here's another example, and then we'll move on to some other, even harder tests as well. But here we have two people sit beside a hospital bed, sunlight filtering through blinds. Person A holds person B's hand, voice barely a whisper. I don't know what I'll do without you. B smiles faintly, trying to hide pain. You'll be fine, just promise me something. A suddenly breaks down, leaning over the bed, sobs uncontrolled. I can't lose you. B squeezes their hand with a soft, reassuring smile. You'll never lose me, I'm still here. Alright, here's what we get.
You'll be fine. Just promise me something.
I can't lose you.
You'll never lose me. I'm still here.
It just conveyed what I specified in the prompt so well. In the middle, person A does suddenly break down, sobs uncontrollably, and then says, I can't lose you. And then person B does smile faintly and tries to hide pain. It's really good at listening to these subtle details in my prompt. Alright, now it's time for my standard series of tricky physics and world understanding tests. So one test is a gymnast doing a flip on a balance beam. So far, none of the existing video models could actually get this 100% correct. Kling 3 and 2.6 comes close, but it's still not very realistic. Let's see what Seedance can generate. And there you go. As expected, Seedance 2.0 nailed this. the physics and anatomy are perfect. We don't have any extra limbs or missing limbs. Her head doesn't suddenly appear backwards. Everything is anatomically correct. And notice even the details of the crowd are really good. Like, it's really hard to generate a crowd with this many people accurately and consistently for previous video models. But for Seedance, it has no problem generating this crowd. Alright, so that was way too easy. Next, let's also try a man riding a unicycle and juggling red balls. Alright, so again, this is the best generation from this prompt I've seen from all the video models so far. Now, it's not perfect. I think near the middle there's some error with the shuffling part, but other than that, it's pretty good. It's just one minor error near the middle, but he is like riding a unicycle very accurately, and for most of the video, he is also juggling balls very accurately. Very nice. Alright, here's a prompt that no video generator has gotten correct. Like, they're not even close to getting this correct. Let's try a professor explains the Pythagorean theorem on the whiteboard. Alright, here's our result.
The Pythagorean theory is a fundamental relation in Eurodian geometry. In other words, a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Alright, so it's not that good yet. It was close. It was able to write out the formula correctly on the whiteboard, but the diagram is completely wrong, and he kind of mispronounced some of the words. Now, I could make this prompt better by actually specifying the exact dialogue that he should say, but this is just a test to see if it can generate everything by itself, if it has an inherent understanding of what the Pythagorean theorem is, including what the figure should look like. Alright, now since Seedance 2.0 is so damn good, I gotta bump up the difficulty of my prompts. So here I'm going to input this first frame of a dude playing drums, and for the prompt, let's write he is playing an impressive drum solo. Here I'm testing if it can actually generate audio that's in sync with his playing. Let's press generate. And would you look at that? This actually works. The audio is completely in sync when he hits the hi-hats, the snares, the other drums, etc. Like, the audio is in sync and it actually sounds like the thing he's hitting. So like when he's hitting the hi-hats or the cymbals, it sounds exactly like that. Same with the snare and the other drums. This is really impressive. Like, I haven't seen another video generator that can actually pass this test. So that's the all-round reference feature and the first frame, last frame feature. Now they have two other features. One is called the intelligent multi-frame feature, and this allows you to basically upload multiple frames and it would fill in the blanks and generate one continuous video from those frames. However, note that if I select this option, I can't actually use Seedance 2.0. This is not supported. Finally, the last feature here is called main reference, and this is where you can upload multiple photos of a character so that it gets a better understanding of it at different angles and it can generate more consistent videos of that character. It's kind of like the elements feature in Kling. However, again, if I select this feature, it won't allow me to select Seedance 2.0. So that's why I didn't go over these two features in this video. Those are some of my quick tests with Seedance 2.0. As you can see, this is just incredibly powerful. It can do pretty much perfect fight scenes. It's great at anatomy and physics. It can do perfect anime scenes. It's also good at generating different expressions and emotions and dialogue. It's so good at following my prompts. Like, even if you get it to do a series of actions, it follows it flawlessly. This is by far the best video generator that you can use right now. Now, I know like most of my followers out there are big fans of open source. Unfortunately, this is paid and closed source. But here's the thing, there's no open source model that even comes close to this level of quality, and that's why it's still worth featuring this on my channel. And also note that at least at the time of this recording, I don't think it's out for everyone yet, but they are planning to release this on the Dreamina platform in CapCut very soon. I'll definitely update you once they've officially released this, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think of this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how mind-blown are you by Seedance 2.0? And if you've gotten a chance to play around with it, what other cool or impressive things were you able to generate from it? As always, I will be on the lookout for the top AI news and tools to share with you, so if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Also, there's just so much happening in the world of AI every week, I can't possibly cover everything on my YouTube channel, so to really stay up to date with all that's going on in AI, be sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. The link to that will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.